Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Super Soda Bros podcast. As always, I am one of your hosts, Caleb.
And I am your other host, Luke. Yay!
It seems like we're two opposites because you're in the dark and I'm like I got all my lights on
I'm trying to put something on my secondary screen so it makes it a little bit brighter. It's not really working.
because you're like a cave dweller. You're like nobody talk to
Oh,
me,
wait.
nobody touch me. Or hear
No,
me
maybe
out.
not.
Hear me out. You could turn the light on.
Well, Christine is still sensitive to eye stuff.
Oh, that's true. Maybe we should
It's
we
on
should
the green light.
okay. Maybe we should briefly talk about so people know what's going on with
Oh,
Christine.
nah. I mean, people already know. The people that listen to the podcast already know. She
Okay.
got an ouchie, Dr. Fauci.
I knew you were gonna say
You knew it.
that. But yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on in life. Or not. I'm not even sure. Um
There might be something going on. We're not even sure ourselves.
we do not know. But actually one big thing that did happen is in the past week, so in between podcasts,
Hmm.
um, me and Maya, we did a project in our guest room, which is, baby Lua's room. And I don't know how to quite explain it, but we changed the wall. We put up some boards, so it kind of, there's like 8 vertical boards along the wall, and then a long like horizontal one going across the top there.
Hmm.
Um, so after we did that, we painted it. Well, she painted it because I was at work the day that uh, she did that part.
Ah.
And she also put up stickers above it too. And hopefully, if I remember to, I will put up a picture here. Whoa, craziness of what it looks like at the final result. Um, but yeah, so that was a huge project that we worked on, and we had to buy all sorts of equipment, like a CAULK gun, because if I say the word, I might get demonetized on YouTube.
Cork.
Well,
Call. Yeah, the emphasis on the all.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yes, the Macaulay Culkin gun.
No, but yeah, we had to buy a whole bunch of different stuff just to make sure it looked up to par and everything. But it turned out really well, I think. I'm pretty happy with it.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Projects like that are always fun.
Yeah, and we haven't really gotten the opportunity to do many like house renovation type projects at all because, we've been renting the whole time that we've been married. So any changes that we do, we may or may not get in trouble with the landlords.
So, even like with this new apartment, you're also allowed to like do stuff to it, or is it in the same guidelines? Like, hey, you can do certain things, but not all of it.
Yeah, yeah, it really depends. The issue with this new edition is because it's very invasive to the actual walls and whatnot.
Yep.
When we move out, we would have to remove it, which might be hard because like some of it's nailed by like 7 nails. So if we try taking it out, it might tear out the wall.
Hmm.
And everything's painted too. So
Well, if that happens, you just get some of that plaster and plaster it, let it dry, and then go with paint.
what do you mean?
The hardening plaster. It's like not bondo, but
Like the
people use it on drywall. Like it covers it up, and you just scuff it and repaint it, and you're good.
oh yeah, it's like pink. Yeah, we have some of that.
Yeah, you just paint it over it, and boom, done.
Well, but what if it tears out like the actual like a chunk of drywall? You can't cover that up.
No, gotta get creative with spreading it somehow.
Yeah, I guess.
There's a hole in this wall that was painted over and bondoed really well.
Super duper well.
I wonder who did that.
So unfortunately, what it looks like is if we're not able to remove it, we have to leave it behind, which means we're going to get charged for the landlord to take it out themselves.
Oh,
So that's the downside.
unless you somehow sell it to somebody that you know is like, hey, don't mind this like cool wooden wall.
Well, I mean, no, because they have full control over that
Oh,
in terms of like what it's called, like move in ready. So it has to be as you entered it.
has to be like stock, like as seen on the pictures on the ad on the website.
Yeah, as seen on TV,
Mm-hmm.
which is really crappy and poopy, but that's fair, you know. I can't really argue
That's
against
like,
that.
I mean, granted, it's cool how you can do that and stuff, but it's nice with the house because it's like, oh no, I made a mistake. Oh well, I'll fix
Whoops.
it if I want to. It
Yeah.
usually ends up being like you just screw something in the wrong hole. Like, oh, it was supposed to be a quarter of an inch right here, and you go, it'll be covered anyway by the picture, and you just screw another, drill another hole.
Hmm.
It happened twice, 2 or 3 times in here.
Just a couple times.
Yeah, just a couple times.
Have
It
you
was our
guys?
first room. It was the first time we. It was the first room that we actually drilled into the walls. So we're just still practicing doing it and hitting the actual beams themselves and not just going straight into the drywall.
Hmm.
So it was fun. We got better at it as we did it more.
Was that more recent or was that a little bit in the past?
That was like after like the first 2 months after we bought the house. Like it was like December, January
Okay.
of basically exactly a year ago.
Hmm. Very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
But yeah, other than that, there haven't been too many projects going on. I mean, as you can see behind me, we still have not put up all the decorations for the house.
Decorations always come last.
Well, I mean, we've been here for like yeah, like 2.5 months, so we don't really have
Well,
an excuse.
we've been here for a year and a half, and we still haven't put anything on the stairs to get to the second floor.
That's probably fine.
That's fine. We've done
It's
all the other rooms. All the other rooms in the house are like pretty much done.
Yeah, and
Except for,
honestly, like the stairs to go to your second floor, that's fairly minor in terms of what
yeah,
needs to be decorated. This is like our primary stuff.
exactly. Yeah, true. The only thing that the stairs needs, because usually like in staircases, it's like pictures of like family and stuff
Mhm.
or whatever. But like we just haven't gone out and bought like frames and stuff,
Yeah.
and we always forget, so we never do.
You can get some pretty interesting and like unique looking
Oh,
frames
you're
on
frozen.
Amazon because Maya bought some. Well, okay, so we have some
Hello.
posters that we printed out from Staples, and it's like Harry Potter herbology um, type of things. And
Hello.
so we printed those out
Oh,
at
he lost
Staples, and
internet.
then she wanted to like hang them in
Oh,
Lua's
maybe we
room.
did.
So we got some really like interesting tapestries on Amazon that were pretty cheap. So Luke, are you still with us? Oh my goodness, do we drop Luke? I think we did. Oh no, Luke, do we?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, we lost internet for a second. I don't know who.
I don't know, but like you froze as I was telling my story.
No,
I'm like,
you froze. You went, and you're like,
that's it. You did too.
oh, weird.
well,
Yeah, interesting.
well, I already told my story, so you have to listen back.
What? Come on.
No. Okay, so to sum it up real briefly, hold on, let me see what time it is. Okay, 10 minutes. So to sum it up briefly, Maya got some Harry Potter herbology type of posters. We printed them out at Staples, and we got some unique frames for them. They're like hanging tapestry frames off of Amazon,
Ooh,
and they're pretty cheap. So
that's cool.
yeah, and that was it. That was the whole story.
We got some things. Why is there?
You okay? Is your
Yeah, there's like dust and stuff all over my microphone. I never look at this thing. I just talk into it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take care of your machines. They tend to get dirty.
Nah, bro. It can handle a little wear and tear.
I mean, yeah, but it's Dusty, man.
Dust, Dusty Dew or whatever it's called from Fortnite. Dusty Meadows.
Oh yeah.
Fortnite. We love Fortnite. As you can see, I'm a big Fortnite guy because I know what Dusty. Christine's like, shut up.
Shut up about Fortnite.
Shut up. No more
So
$14.
I ended up uninstalling Fortnite because it seemed like every couple days there was an update that was like 15 gigs, and I'm just like, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, I think it's all the different skins and stuff that they do.
Yeah, I just uninstalled the game because like I don't play it enough to just keep it around.
That's understandable.
Yeah. So now Luke, I heard some news right before we started the show. Are we allowed to talk about the thing or no? The thing that you're now a part of.
Oh, literally what I was talking about like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, was something discussed that I didn't know about?
Well, I didn't want to
All
say
right.
what it was in case you didn't feel
Oh,
comfortable with saying anything.
oh, gotcha. So there's this game. I'm not sure if we talked about it, but there's um, this game on Steam. Words do not good me at all. There's this game on Steam called Polygon, where it's like a mixture of Call of Duty with Battlefield a little bit, but cartoony because it's a indie developer game or whatever. So, it has its like tactics and stuff, like you would capture points and all that stuff. It's in early development still, kind of like BattleBit is, but BattleBit's moving along much quicker. Um, but with Polygon, they're still trying to actually put stuff into the game because it's pretty base. Granted, the gameplay feels really good, but there's just not a lot. There's not a lot of meat to the game, so there's not a lot of maps. There's not a lot of. There's only one mode. It's just 3 point capture, and then there's not a lot of guns and attachments and equipment and all that stuff.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Um, but I joined their Discord like 2 weeks ago or so, 3 weeks ago or so, just because to look up on updates and stuff. And they're having openings for a development test team, so people who can actually get special invites to lobbies where they're trying to update the game and stuff, so test out new updates, see any bugs and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I applied for it, and they try to you have a short little questionnaire about the game and all that whatnot. And I was selected. So I think they're trying to find people who have time in the game, and they probably like when you put in your request, they probably go to your profile and see if it's true or not.
Mm-hmm.
So me having, almost 40 hours in the game for a development game and playing it for a while, they're like, oh, okay, boop, here you go. And then, just follow the terms and the rules and all that stuff about not spoiling anything.
Right. Yeah, that would
And
defeat the point of like a study test group thing.
exactly. So I am officially part of a cool little development team in a game I like to play.
Look at you go,
So
man.
I can see behind the scenes and not tell Caleb.
Rah! Dang it. And then I'm sad because I like playing that game too. I'm excited to see what's coming. Oh.
I'm winking really hard.
There was no such winking happening because that
No,
would mean
exactly. I'm just
something.
trying to make it. I'm trying to make a joke. That's all.
Oh, see, keyword there was trying. No, but in all honesty, I'm really happy for you, man. Like
That's super cool.
that's a really big deal. So yeah,
Hopefully the game lobbies aren't crazy buggy, because if I just straight up can't play the game, I'll be like, guys, what is going on? Like, this is broken.
well, you can write it in your notes. You'd be like,
Report.
guys, everything sucks. Fix.
You're not wrong. I'm part of the team. I can criticize all I want. Excuse me, there's an issue with the game where you suck.
Excuse me.
Add more guns.
Aren't they adding some new guns?
They are. I mean, they're adding a couple, but I'm saying like more diversity and like attachment wise, where it actually affects the guns attributes and whatnot.
Yeah, because like I feel like we had talked about this in a previous podcast, but we're talking about how Polygon needs to be more like BattleBit in the sense that there have to be attachments that add um, versatility to the guns and make the guns actually worth something.
And you know, modify them to whatever your play style is with that gun in a certain class.
Yeah, right.
Which is
Maybe
another thing. Polygon doesn't even have classes. It's just person.
yeah, you just pick your gun and that's it. So it honestly that seems okay to me because you can kind of play how you want to.
Yeah.
But if you play how you want to, there should be more variety in weapons, equipment, attachments, whatever.
Yep.
So
That's why I always gravitate to BattleBit is because it has more, more like it's elaborated better in that aspect of, hey, there's all these different like selections of guns you can use and what kind of role you want to play in on different maps, and different maps have different like spots you want to go to be at if you want to be a sniper, or like a rushing zone where you can be a medic and just revive everybody.
yeah,
It just has more to it.
yeah, absolutely.
I would love to be part of the well, technically speaking, all the games for the last like since BattleBit has been out, all those games have been development um sessions, because
Mm.
since it's limited to like two or three times a week now, they're just trying to gather information on what stuff they have to update and all that kind of baloney. So BattleBit, since because BattleBit's not released technically, whereas Polygon is.
Oh, Polygon, it's like that's technically an official release.
Yeah, it's an alpha game, so it's
Oh,
like base.
well, that makes sense. That wouldn't be released. It would still that's still technically development.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's way further behind than Polygon is. BattleBit, because BattleBit's way further in its steps of being a fully developed game and actually publicly releasing, because they actually have a funding for the game through Patreon.
Yeah, you could argue that it's pre-alpha, um,
Hmm.
in the sense that like it's got all the basebone, um,
Backbone.
baseline, yeah, all the baseline mechanics, but nothing's really optimized right. And they're still trying to figure out maps and weapons and HUD and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
you could make that argument, but I don't know, not sure.
yeah. They're both not AAA games where they do all the work before they've released it, and then they release it and it's a perfect game. Not Battlefield 2042, which they fixed, but took them a year and a half.
After all the players stopped.
Yeah, after everybody stopped caring, they actually made the game good.
Mm-hmm. Like, is it a good game though?
No idea.
Don't you have it?
No,
Oh, I thought you did for some reason. Oh.
no. Jacob and Josiah do.
Oh. Maybe that's what it is.
That's what it is. I'll probably get it when it goes on sale.
Yeah.
'Cause I like the style that Battlefield and BattleBit and Polygon are,
Mm-hmm.
where it's not just straight up team deathmatch every single time. It's like big teams and big objectives, and there's more strategy and flanking involved, which is cool because you can go all the way around an enemy and be like, haha, I see your back. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, and you murder them
Nickelodeon.
in the face.
In the face. In the face.
No. So, I just want to talk really briefly about a tragedy that happened to me and Maya pretty recently, and it's hard.
What?
I was
I
gonna
was
say,
gonna say, did you
it's
find out your did you get your adoption papers in the mail finally?
not yet. Still waiting on those.
Oh,
I know
man.
I know they're coming. Because it's kind of it's unfair that such a gorgeous ginger such as myself was born, quote unquote, into such an ugly family of Soderberghs.
I'm gonna call mom.
I'm gonna call my mom.
I'm gonna tell my mom.
No, so the
Christine is criticizing me. I'm like, this is the podcast. You listen to it.
exactly, you're one of the fans. But the tragic thing that happened,
What was a tragic thing?
it it makes me so sad to even talk about it because it's a I
Well, we
don't
can
know.
skip it. We can talk about something else.
No, I feel like it is important to talk about and to get out there in the open and for the internet to know. Um, so Maya and I got a new phone plan. We used to have AT&T, but it got too expensive for the services they were providing, and so we switched over to Mint Mobile. Very much more affordable for what we're looking for. Um, but the thing is when we switched, we lost privileges to certain things. Namely, we lost our access to HBO Max,
Mm-mm.
which, as some of you may know, the hit show The Last of Us is currently streaming on.
So you have to find that friend who has it.
There must be some kind of friend out there,
It's
but
not us because we're on Christine's parents' account.
yeah, and
So I would share, but we don't have one. We're in your situation of excuse me, good sir, can I have a piece of bread?
no.
No, I am too rich for you, little peasant. Oh, please, just a little piece of bread.
But we were so sad, and we have not seen the most recent episode.
And it's a good one.
Oh my god, you're killing me, bro.
It's pretty good. It's good. It's a good episode. I mean, granted, like whenever you have the time to watch it, you can just binge them all in an afternoon or whatever and be like, yes. But you just have to try really. Well, I mean, granted, you don't need spoilers because you already know how the game turns out.
But I forgot how the game goes, so basically everything was a surprise to me.
Oh, I still remember it pretty decently.
Yeah, that's good. But I'm sad about it.
That is sad. Did you lose any other services, or was it just HBO?
It was just HBO.
Hmm.
There was another tragic thing that happened in the process of losing HBO. We can no longer watch The Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Yeah, because what?
I was gonna say just buy them.
Well, that's like $90.
Oh, for extended?
Yeah, that's for the collection, and we don't have like a player.
Oh, well, Xbox.
Sure, I'll watch Lord of the Rings in 480p.
Well, sell some stuff around and go get an Xbox One for like $200.
I can sell my body.
OnlyFans, am I right?
Hey, it's making
Only
money.
feet.
Feet Finder, feetfinder.com. That's
Oh,
where I want.
jeez.
That's where I want to go.
Big money.
Very big, and also very big feet.
Hobbit feet. Proud foot.
So I do want to. There's a caveat to this. So we can technically still watch The Lord of the Rings on Peacock because we have a Peacock subscription. However, it is the redheaded stepchild version in the sense that it is the theatrical version only.
Oy.
The extended versions were on HBO.
You lose like almost an hour for theatrical.
I know. And everything is good. Also, we lost The Hobbit. The Hobbit is not on Peacock.
That's fine.
Yeah. But still,
honestly, I would much rather lose. I would rather lose Disney Plus than HBO just because HBO has a much better movie selection and a much better cartoon selection. Netflix is obviously like the one you don't want to lose because it has a lot of decent originals on it and all like the new stuff's on it.
Yeah.
But like all the stuff on Disney Plus is stuff you can see in theaters or shows that you've already seen, except for like Mandalorian.
Right.
Or Star Wars shows in general. But even with Andor, we didn't even finish it. Like this thing is 12. I think there's 12 episodes, and we got to episode 8, and we're just kind of like, whatever. We know how we know how it ends. he dies. Cool.
That's how I am with the Bad Batch. I'm still on episode like 5 of the Bad Batch season 2.
I season 1 I liked more.
I,
A lot more.
I
There's because there's more character development in season 1.
oh yeah, you're getting to know everybody, and now that the characters are solidified, now they're doing like different adventures and whatnot.
Yeah, it's just do your thing, people.
It's a different vibe. I like them both equally, but for different reasons. And I would say for you guys, you should definitely finish Andor. It's a really good show. Like it's a lot better than a lot of people were expecting.
Well, when does it
Um,
get good?
I mean, it was kind of good all the way through. I mean, the actual heist was pretty good.
I mean, I'm on episode 8. Christine zoned out at 5 or 4,
Oh,
and I'm just chugging her along. Like, is it gonna get interesting? Because it's just like, guys, let's go to the base and do the thing. Okay, we're in the base. We did the thing. Now what? Just hide for a while. Okay.
well, okay. So there's a
I just
thing. There's a thing that happens. I don't know if you guys are on it yet. It might be the episode that you're on or the one
you
right
can
after.
say it. I don't care.
Like the entire plot of the show shifts a little bit, where Cassian Andor has like his own separate adventure. Like it doesn't have it's nothing to do with the heist. Like
Yeah, we're 2 episodes after that.
okay, has he moved locations and is he now in a different location?
Well, he went back to his home planet.
Hmm.
Mm.
Did he get into trouble at all with anybody?
Oh yeah, he got like arrested on the beach planet, and Mr. Psycho was like "Doo, doo, 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 doo," on his computer. Do you mean like I didn't do that and give him random charges?
Yeah.
I think that was the last episode we saw. I'm like, okay, that's kind of interesting, and then I just forgot.
Sir, you are exactly at the moment that the show gets good.
Oh, I guess we'll continue it then.
Okay. Good.
Cab
It's
says the next episode of Andor is actually really good. Because Christine, I'll tell you later then. She just goes, I said, hey, remember in Andor? She goes, meh.
well, the next arc of Andor, like this like last quarter of the show, it's completely different vibe than what you've seen
Does
so
it
far.
bring characters from other movies/shows? Ow, my back.
With Mon Mothma's story, I believe so. There's a character I'm thinking of that I don't remember when he gets introduced in the show. He might have already in the episodes that you've seen.
I think you did.
But I don't want to say who it is because he might not have shown up yet.
All right.
It's not a huge character. But for Andor, there is an actor that is very, very famous that when you see him, you're gonna be like, it's that guy. I promise. Like it's gonna make it's basically gonna make the show worth it at that point.
Interesting. Is it Bill Burr?
Close.
Oh.
It is the opposite of Bill Burr. Yeah, no.
I guess I'll have to watch the last couple episodes.
You're gonna have to. No,
I'll
you gotta
watch
get
them
back
this
to me.
weekend. Finish this weekend, maybe.
Yeah, do it, bro.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Very interesting.
Unacceptable. Oh, on was the Adventure Time bonus? Oh, never mind.
What was Adventure Time on HBO?
On HBO, there's Adventure Time, and it is backstory and or sequels to the actual Adventure Time show. So you learn what BMO was doing before he met up with Finn and Jake. You learn about the aftermath of Marceline and Princess Bubblegum, then Marceline and Princess Bubblegum, and then you learn also the future story of Finn and Jake. And there was, did we finish that last one, Christine? The fourth one? There's a fourth one. I don't remember it, so it was probably okay.
I didn't really watch the show that much. I've seen like a couple of episodes.
Oh, and the last one was Peppermint Butler and his entire future story. It was honestly, yeah, because Christina and I we binge watched all the events. So oh my gosh, earthquake. You know how we have the big projector in our room and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, so before we go to bed, if we don't have anything like any of our like go to stuff on YouTube like GT Live or whatever or Markiplier, we'll watch just like classic cartoons. So we finished Amazing World of Gumball completely. We finished Adventure Time completely. Adventure Time was really good. Finished Adventure Time, and then we finished Inside Job on Netflix. That was really good. We finished the last 2 seasons of Disenchantment, but that was older. And then now we're on regular show. So we're kind of like chugging through all of the classic shows and funny shows that kind of you can just sit back and just not really think about them too much.
Yeah.
So that's why I know Adventure Time pretty well, because I've finally seen them all. Because Micah was always like, Adventure Time's so good, like 3-4 years ago at this point, saying that there was like an actual story involved.
Yeah, like I was saying, like I haven't seen too many episodes, so the lore is kind of lost on me a little bit. But I was watching a show on YouTube a little while ago, and there's an interesting piece of trivia that I didn't realize. So, okay, so Princess Bubblegum is like the heir to the kingdom, right?
Yep.
And there's some kind of like conflict with was it his name Baron Lemongrab or something?
Yeah, Lemon Grab.
Lemongrab. Yeah. So I believe in the episode that I watched on YouTube where these guys were talking about it, apparently that's like Lemongrab 2, and Princess Bubblegum like takes Lemongrab 2 and Lemongrab Senior or Junior or some other like version of him, and she like smushes them together to make Lemongrab 3. I don't know if that's a thing.
It's very familiar. Yeah, it's almost because I think it was originally the original Lemongrab was trying to take over the kingdom. So she's like, let's just create another one and blend him with the first one. So he kind of changes. And I think eventually the lore is he just creates a whole bunch of Lemongrabs and then they go have their own kingdom somewhere else.
Okay.
So instead of trying to take over Princess Bubblegum's area, the Candy Kingdom, she's like, you guys all know each other. Like, you're the same person. Go start your own kingdom over there. And they're like, okay. I think that's how it goes.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because like I was like, that sounds really weird.
Yeah, it's one of those shows where like it's not like heavy lore all the time. It's like it has snippets in every episode, and you have to connect all the snippets together.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how Gravity Falls is. So you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. And then you hit a wall that's like pure story for the last like 5 episodes, and you're like,
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they never made it. They never made a 3rd season because they're like,
Done.
done. Don't need to do anymore. What is happening?
There's a monster in the house.
I saw like a crate jiggling. Oh,
I saw it in my peripheral. I saw it in my peripheral vision, and I'm just like, is there a ghost?
That's funny.
I do not want the ghost.
A flying crib / play thing. Pack and what? Pack and play.
Yeah. It's a portable sleeping play place for little Lua.
And you.
I will break it.
I will break it. Not if you reinforce it.
I mean, with
where's
what?
Caleb?
How would I do that though?
You go inside in the play pen play thing. Christine just told me what it was and I already forgot. Play what? Pack and play. Oh my gosh.
The memory on this lad.
Day 2 of overtime and I'm already dying. Oh my. Ugh.
So you said your days are like 10 hours long, right?
Yeah, mandatory overtime.
Is it just because you guys are behind on parts and they need all hands on deck?
Well, people don't know how to people like promising high expectations for a two-person job. So they're like, "Oh yeah, you can make all these parts, right?" I'm like, we can probably meet quota." And they're just like, "Cool, we'll just do extra then." And we're like, "Oh,
That's annoying.
yeah.
Well,
You
shoot,
okay?
man.
You die?"
She
Okay.
died. Did she die?
No, she was just like hands on her head looking at her screen. I'm like, "What happened over there?"
What game is she playing?
Oh, Harry Potter, Caleb.
Oh, and her character
She's
died?
No, she's looking for someone and she's like hiding as like she's like camouflaged.
Oh.
She's like, "How many hours do you think you're in?" No disclosure or whatever. Undisclosed. Too many a few hours.
A few. So
A few.
more than 2 and less than 300.
Yes. Exactly.
Hey, that's great to know.
Yeah. She enjoys it a lot.
Now I know everything about the game.
Yep. You know it's Harry Potter
And there's Harry Potter things that happen.
and Hogwarts is in it.
My favorite. The Hogwarts place.
The Hogwarts game is pretty cool, you know. Who doesn't
Also,
want some Hogwarts?
also isn't Hogwarts it's okay.
Oh boy.
So, because wizards can do anything they want, right?
Don't quiz me in Harry Potter. I don't know anything.
No. I'm not gonna. It's not quizzing. It's like a.
Okay.
It's a thought experiment. So wizards can do anything basically with spells. Why are there still sentient beings performing tasks such as the bankers or house elves or anything like Molly Weasley in her poverty shack has like brooms and dishes and everything cleaning it everything
Yeah,
automatically.
just like wizard up some floaty spell and be like, "Woo, do your thing."
Yeah, like clothes can fold themselves. You can send letters in the mail that talk. Like
Yeah.
so why would you ever write anything down? Why would you
Why
ever have servants?
why would you ever need chores ever again?
Right. But and because everything's automated. So the only reason that, for example, house elves are still a thing is because bigotry and technically, xenophobia for other species is a real thing. Wizards just love enslaving people.
They just like, "I'm bigger and better than you. Do the thing."
Yeah, and it's like, oh, it's so and because they have all this power, the reason why they haven't taken over the world is mind blowing. Like, why would they not just reveal
They're just
themselves?
lazy about it. Like they're just like, "I don't want to conjure up a spell. You're smarter than me, right? Go do my chores." Same thing with taking over the world. I don't want to do that. It's too much work.
It's just like, oh my goodness.
Just do a skibidi bop 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 doo, and then do your thing.
Yeah, and like, okay, so Voldemort is technically like fantasy Hitler, right? If his
No, he's much better looking than Hitler. No
oh, true.
nose kind of thing.
Yeah, then the mustache doesn't really do it for me
No,
on Hitler anyway.
bald
But
boys. Am I right?
so okay, so I've seen the movies a bunch. I've read the books through once. What is Voldemort's goal? Is it simply to kill Harry, or is it to like take over the world?
He just doesn't
Because
like Harry Potter.
okay,
Wasn't the thing like what his like wasn't his like to be Harry Potter's? I'm getting confused. I don't know lore very well in Harry Potter. You should get Christina for this part. All I know is that he does not like Harry Potter. And he's got no nose and he's bald.
well, okay, yeah. Well, the reason why he doesn't like Harry Potter was because Voldemort tried killing his parents and tried killing Harry Potter, but like Harry Potter reflected the curse and
Another
everything
one?
like that, and he got scarred. Um, but and then inadvertently Harry became like the last Horcrux for Voldemort. It's like 1/7 or 1/8 of Voldemort's soul got put into Harry Potter accidentally. So that's like the whole thing of like why they're enemies or whatever. But if Voldemort's actual goal is to like rule the wizarding world and like rule over like the normal Earth, like the freaking like the Muggles, like all the normal people. If that's his goal,
Muggles, am I right?
just do it. You have magic. You have instant kill on a stick.
Yeah,
Just
you
do
go,
it.
Die, potato.
You can blow stuff up with the flick of your wand. Like, who cares about armies? We can just be like, Avada Kedavra, and you say that a million times fast and kill an army.
I would be, nah, bruh. Nah, bruh.
No.
Stop.
But that's something that's kind of bothering me. It's like, because magic is so widespread, just do the thing you want to do.
Yeah, because it's two different worlds. It's the wizardry. Oh my gosh. You got wizard world and human world. It's not like Lord of the Rings, where it's all the same world and there's no second dimension kind of thing.
Well, it is the same world. It's just that wizards hide themselves.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, yeah, obviously, but like in the aspect of they're closing themselves off from everybody else. It's almost like they don't want to be part of the Muggles because they're like that speciesist against them. They're like, no.
It would warp the Muggles in such a way that it would be a complete tussle for power.
And then all the wizards would be interbreeding with Muggles, and there will be no more true wizards.
That's like the extreme side of like all the Slytherins and like the Malfoys and everything. They're like, we need to keep the wizard line pure, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just some thoughts that I had and I wanted to share.
You're like, why is this world so screwed up? This is dumb. Why can't you just do a spell to do the chores?
Yeah, like what the heck, bro?
I would love to do that. I'd be like, hey, do the laundry, stupid air, and he'll do it. Imagine you could tell the air to do everything. It's like, hey, air, wash the dishes. And you conjure up like a really tall gopher. I don't know.
The biggest of them. The biggest of the gophers.
That's a 5'5" gopher. Hey, yo.
Oh, what's he doing? Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
So if you are up to it, I have a little bit of a trivia thing I would like to do with you.
Trivia?
I wanted to do what we did last time, the not at all stolen, completely original internet game show. Our Lord and Savior.
She's trying to catch something, and she can't catch it. It's like a dragon imp from RuneScape. Can't catch it.
Well, hey, that ties perfectly into what we have going on.
See, I know what you're about to say. Now say it with me. Luke is cool. Oh, you didn't say anything.
I didn't know you were gonna start. No, but what I was gonna say is that ties in pretty dang good because I do have some RuneScape trivia pulled up.
Oh, really?
I do, so I'm gonna test your knowledge, man.
Oh, you did it. Okay, sorry. I'm like half watching Christine because she's like
shaking her fist at the world.
I did it, Mom. All right,
I found the thing.
I did the thing. All right, what is your trivia?
It's just a list of questions, and I'm going to be asking you some things, and let's test your knowledge.
Zamorak, Alcarid, Draenor Mariner, Rainbow Boots.
Well, you're 100%.
Hey, let's go.
I can't argue with anything you said.
Good.
It's all accurate.
Gary Gilbert.
the greatest of the celebrities.
The greatest of the Gilbert timeline is Gary.
No, but
Gary.
If you guys don't know, watch Jimmy's videos on YouTube where he plays as Little Gary, a noob, some kind of in free to play.
Yeah, it's spelled J1MMY.
Not to be confused with Jimmy here.
Or Jimmy Oaks.
We found that out last episode that it was very confusing.
Yeah. Definitely funny content.
All right, sir. I have this for you. Question number 1. And
Yes.
these might be tricky because you might have to pull out some of your knowledge.
Oh, like Google?
No, the Googles is not allowed. Ooh, I got a Renar weed from a zombie. Anyway,
I'm just killing hill giants.
hey, I'm right next to you. I'm killing zombies in the hill giant area. I'm doing a
Oh, but you're
Slayer.
in a members world though, because you're getting seeds.
Yeah, and
I was about to say
I'm doing a Slayer task. I have to kill 40 zombies.
we're together in spirit.
Oh, that's kind of creepy and weird, sir. Stop grabbing my face.
Stop it, sir. You're hundreds of miles away. I feel offended.
Let my face go.
Oh.
All right, question number 1. Here we go. The Fairy Ring Transportation Network is unlocked during which quest? Is it Fairy Tale Part 1, Fairy Tale Part 2, or Fairy Tale Part 3?
What? Come on. What kind of a question is that?
The one you must answer.
2.
Part 2?
3. It's 3 because obviously when you complete fairy tales, you get the access to them.
Is that your final guess?
Fairy Tale Trace.
Fairy Tale Trace. And the answer is incorrect. There is no such thing as Fairy Tale Part 3. And so the correct answer would be Fairy Tale Part 2.
That's what I said.
No, you said Part 3.
I said part 2.
You said Trace.
That means 2 in like a language.
Well, you're going to have to find me the language so I know exactly what you...
American.
So interesting fact. When I first got membership, I'm like, okay, I need like the baseline. Here, there you go, saying that word again. The baseline things to do so I can get around the game. And unlocking those rings to teleport around the game was very important.
Yep.
You don't have to complete Fairy Tale Part 2. You just have to start the quest and you get the fairy rings.
So why finish it?
Exactly the point. And the rewards at the end are worthless. So a lot of people just don't go back to it.
Cool. They like go back like a year later. Like, yeah, I should probably finish that.
Honestly, I've been thinking about it because I only have like 13 quests left in the game to do. So I'm like, maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know.
Yeah, because all your stats are high enough where you could do a lot of it.
A lot are. I would say on average, my non-combat stats are at like 60.
I know there's a couple requirements we need like 70 or something.
There's a lot where you need like, there's like, I think a Song of the Elves, you need like 5 or 6 skills that are above 70.
That's the one that Settle just completed on his latest episode.
Yeah, it's a pretty important quest because you get Prifddinas, which is like an elf city that you get a lot of cool stuff.
At least you're not on Tile Man, Ultimate Iron Man, or any of that stuff.
Yeah, I like playing the game like in a fun way.
The only other mode that I would even attempt is just a normal Iron Man.
Yeah, because there's like 6 different kinds of Iron Man.
Yeah, I would not do Ultimate Iron Man where you can't access a bank. I would just do normal Iron Man where you could still access your bank and all that stuff.
What about Hardcore Iron Man, where if you're dead, you're dead?
No, I'm not wasting my life on that. If I die, I'm like, cool, I just wasted 100 hours of my life.
Or more, like that would really suck.
Yeah, no thank you.
No.
Oh, I went AFK by accident, walk off, come back, and you're dead. And you're like, where did this guy, what, how, what?
Or your internet drops and you're like, shoot.
Oh. See, that's why I'll just do a normal Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll name my character Iron Lady 7714.
The 1477, right?
She just slowly turned her chair to me. I was like, what?
Hey, that's my name.
Wait a second. Well, hers is 1477. Mine's 7714.
Oh yeah, it's different. It's a thing. All right, so I have a second question for you.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, there's lots more. To which race does Doric belong?
Doric?
Doric.
Sounds dwarvish.
That is correct.
Yay! I did it, guys. Give me a promotion in Scientology.
He's the guy in free to play that you got to give like.
Oh, yeah.
2 iron, 5 clay, or whatever.
I was so happy when I did that quest when I was like 10.
Mm-hmm. It's super easy. Like you can just, you know what? So what you can do is it's a really cool like little dialogue option. if you show up with all the stuff already, instead of starting the quests, going out to collect the resources, then coming back, if you already have everything, it'll automatically move you to the next part of the dialogue for the quest. He asks you for all the things, and you're like, oh, strange coincidence. I have everything here already.
Oh, thanks.
He's like, oh,
Anyway,
what a coincidence.
well, also
that's
you have
really
to you have to remember that when we first started playing, we only had like a half an hour of games here and there, so getting the levels to actually do something like that was really difficult.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Because everybody knows you have to really spend time in the game to actually progress.
Yeah, and we were kids. We're like, we're gonna do random stuff.
Yeah, let's just walk around for an hour and collect item drops that spawn naturally. It's like, no, you gotta go kill stuff repeatedly for a couple hours.
Yeah, and then
We
slowly
we didn't
build your
get.
money.
We only got that when we're killing goblins.
Got
Well,
what?
that's just killing goblins nonstop
Oh,
in
yeah.
Lumbridge, like the typical noob. That's what we would do.
Yeah, we were. I guess we were too scared to go anywhere else.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Next question. What is the mining level? Sorry, excuse me. What is the mining level requirement to use a steel pickaxe?
6.
Oh, that is correct, sir. I did. Wow, that was amazing.
Do you not remember?
How?
The official Jacket's Guide to RuneScape, made in 2008.
Published by Scholastic Books.
It was 1, 6. I want to say it's 11, 21, 31, 41.
Yeah.
Something
Everything's
like that.
at
It's really
everything-
stupid. It's so stupid. Like, just make it like 10.
And I think maybe the reason why they did that is it's one level higher than it takes for you to equip the item as a weapon. Because,
Ooh.
because 40 attack, you get rune, but 41 mining is when you can actually like use it to mine stuff. I don't know why they did it that way.
It's
but-
probably a programming thing where they have to make it one higher. So, like, when you can equip it as a weapon, you can't just equip it as a weapon and then go start mining.
yeah.
That's probably why.
But it's
That
like
makes sense.
It's like, okay.
And you think I didn't know my knowledge about pickaxes? What do you think I am?
Steve from Minecraft.
Oh,
Derp. All right, next quest. Next question.
next question.
Actually, quest is in the word question, so technically I was correct.
Incredible.
I'll just say that. All right, who gives you the ghost to speak amulet during the restless ghost quest?
I don't know.
Well, I have multiple choice here.
Okay.
Is it Father Ernie, Father Reen, or Father Lawrence?
Father Ernie.
Correct.
I remember it was a dumb name. Like, what the heck was his name? You're like, Ernie. I'm like, yep, that's the one. I should have just said, don't give me any others.
That's like multiple choice. Father Ernie. Silence. And then you're like, which one?
Maybe Ernie.
I think
No.
that's it. That could be it.
That's definitely the one. Where's Bert? Where's Father Bert?
He is upstairs. Upstairs
Oh.
in his house.
Never mind. Hello.
True. All right. Wearing HAM clothing increases the chance of pickpocketing HAM members. True or false?
What? Ham?
Yeah. Wearing ham clothing increases the chance of pickpocketing ham members.
What's a ham member? Is it like an NPC group or is it a...
It's a cult where they all wear pink clothing, the color of ham.
Ooh.
And ham stands for Humans Against Monsters.
Oh.
It's a pivotal plot point of the Death to the Dorgashin quest because there's like a race of goblins that lives underneath Lumbridge, and this cult is trying to like eradicate them, and so you team up with the goblins to stop this cult.
Oh.
So, is wearing their clothing, does it make it easier to pickpocket them? Yes or no?
No.
Incorrect. It's actually true. If you have a full set of ham clothing that you're
You can
wearing,
pickpocket them better.
I believe it's 25% better chance to successfully pickpocket. It's pretty cool.
Christine in Hogwarts, she has a whole zoo of creatures. She has a unicorn and a hippogriff and a three hippogriffs.
Whoa.
A little poof ball things. And puffskein.
Puffskein.
They're like faceless fat cats. They have faces? Can you pick one up?
That's horrifying.
They're cute. They're little like the squishmallows.
Ew.
Oh, okay. It looks like a little pet shop almost. It's big anime eyes. It's like I have really big eyes.
It's kind of cute.
It's like a guinea pig hamster with huge eyeballs. It's like a hamster mixed with a cat, but fluffy, but like the body style of a hedgehog.
Gotcha. That's
you're like, what?
Okay, but
if you played the game, you'd know.
Mm-hmm. But I'm still waiting. Still waiting for it to come out and Switch.
Still waiting for the 480p version.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. Is she roasting me?
She's just laughing at what I said.
All right.
I don't think there's going to be any online for Hogwarts though.
They might add some stuff. I know they don't have Quidditch, but they might add that. But anyway, Luke, how many floors are there in the Stronghold of Security?
4.
That's correct. That was fast.
We just did that with you, me, Ruth, and Christine not too long ago, so that's why I remember so quickly.
That is very true. Very true. Very pivotal for any account.
What's the best floor is the real question, like the coolest aesthetics.
I would personally say the last one, 4, because it's all like bloody and stuff.
And like black and oozy, and the monsters are all like spooky.
Yeah, you could make the argument it's the pestilence floor because it's all like green and sticky also, but I don't know. What is the name of the demon in the Demon Slayer quest?
I was about to say Elvarg, but that's the dragon.
Yeah, that's a different quest.
Demon Slayer.
I can give you some multiple choices if you want.
Yeah, I don't remember at all.
So, okay, here are the choices. Delrith, Calgar, Agrithnar.
The second one.
Calgar?
No, the third one.
Agrithnar?
Yeah.
It is not Agrithnar.
Was it Calgar?
It is Delrith.
Yep, no, don't know. I did not know that.
Big Sag.
I think I did that quest in like the mindset of just kill it. I don't care. I don't want to do this quest anymore. I think I was like still like a low-ish level when I did it, so I was like scared of dying. Mm-hmm. So I did not pay attention to any of that dialogue in that entire thing.
It's literally like one of the weakest bosses in the game.
Yeah, it's like level period. Like 20 something.
If that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna move on. Including the basement, how many floors does Lumbridge Castle have?
Four.
Nope, 5.
Are you counting the little like lookout ladder point as well?
I don't know. I'm just reading from a list. I'm assuming there's more than.
I could have sworn it was 4. There's basement, first floor, guest floor, and then bank floor.
I think you can go up one more. I think there's flags.
Yeah, like on the roof. That's not a floor.
I mean, it's a level you can go up, I guess.
I'm gonna teleport there and waste my time in the Hill Giants to prove you wrong.
Count it for me. Do it. Oh, he's turning his screen around. He's gonna do it. Don't think he won't.
Literally right there. Prove me wrong.
So while you're checking that, I'll just
Bright
continue
lights.
on.
Oh.
All right. Feathers are not dropped by which monster?
Chickens.
Well, funny you should say. Chicken, undead chicken, Kriara, seagull. Keep in mind, Kriara is a giant bird boss.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. I'm gonna go with seagull.
Correct. Seagulls do not drop feathers.
I had a feeling they didn't drop them.
It's so weird.
Lumbridge Castle has wait 1, 2, 3. It's 4.
It says 5. Oh, maybe
There's no other floor. I'm in the castle.
maybe this is RuneScape 3. That's
Ooh,
that's the only thing I can consider.
Somebody dropped you logs. I want to take them because I can. Whee!
Did you know that there used to be no banks in Lumbridge? And like I think
Really?
as of RuneScape 3, there's like 6.
Oh yeah, there's a lot now. There's like at least 4.
Because in old school, there's 3, I think. I don't know. That's a hard one to
There's a lot.
talk about. What color party hat does the wise old man wear?
Blue.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Woo!
Oh yeah. Okay. So confirmed. This is a RuneScape 3 quiz.
Okay.
Because this question says, what town do new players start in? And the correct answer is Ashdale.
That is, not the right one.
Yeah, not correct.
Incorrect, sir.
Man, these are hard.
All right. I'm going to go find what's his face, the guy who tells me how old my character is, and I will update everybody live how old my RuneScape character is in old school.
Oh, that's Hans.
Hello, Hans, Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
And you do have to do the math because he gives it to you in days and then hours, so it's technically not like just a straight up hour amount. And while you're doing that, what is the magic level requirement to cast Fire Strike?
The what? Magic level?
Yeah.
Fire Strike. Is that the second? Isn't Fire Strike the second one?
It's the most advanced of the elemental spells. Like the basic ones. That's a hint. You probably don't know this. And if you do, you probably looked at your skills menu.
Don't you mean Fire Surge?
No, Fire Strike.
Oh, Fire Strike. That's the first one I said.
What do you mean? You said the first one.
Yeah, Fire Strike, the first fire spell.
Oh, I didn't know you meant the first fire spell.
Oh, well, I knew that one. I was 13. I'm like, what's this last lightning bolt one that takes a chaos rune? What level is that one?
Oh, yeah, that's Firebolt.
Yeah.
I don't know that one, but sorry, there was a bit of confusion between us.
Yeah, not incredibly long. Well, yeah. 307 hours.
Okay. And
Isn't terrible.
What I do is I chalk a couple of those hours to like being AFK.
So probably 300.
Yeah.
And then doesn't it use the same account as your RuneScape 3?
No.
sure? Because it's coming
What's
out
it
as
say?
almost 16 years.
Yeah, the math is probably wrong. How many days does it say?
5,746.
Whoa, that's a long time. That's not 60. It's not 16 years. It's like 8 or 9.
Oh,
I don't know.
wait. Maybe it's...
Figuring out math live on the podcast. It is very confusing to me, comrade. Yo, what is the drop rate on that? I just killed a lizard and it dropped a tooth half of key. That is,
Ooh.
bro, that is 1 out of 2,700. That's crazy. I mean, it's good money, but holy moly, that's insane. Anyway, did the math for you?
No, it's 15 years, almost 16 years, which would make sense if I'm talking about when I originally created my first account.
Okay, that might be it
It
though.
might be linked. I don't want to open RS3 because I don't want to do that to double check and confirm.
And who would want to? Honestly,
Exactly.
totally
I mean,
fair.
granted, I the only reason why I like RS3 is because you up level so fast. It's like dopamine.
Mm-hmm. But then you never want to play.
Yeah, you don't want to play because it's like this looks like World of Warcraft. Never
it,
mind.
it looked like poop. Okay.
It's too shiny.
Okay. All right. This might be interesting.
Is this the final question of the night?
This is the final question. You may or may not know this, but we're gonna give it a shot. Um, ancient magics are unlocked after completing which quest? Now,
Is that a spell?
it's ancient magic. It's a different spell book. Like instead of your typical like fire strike, telekinetic grab, home teleport, ancient magics gives you a completely different set of spells to work with.
Oh, I knew that was a thing.
Oh yeah, there's actually 4 spell books, but I'll tell you after because it might spoil.
No idea.
Okay, so here's the quest list. It Lunar Diplomacy, Temple of Ikov, or Desert Treasure?
Luna, whatever.
Lunar Diplomacy?
No, because isn't that like no? It's not Goblin Diplomacy. I don't think it was Lunar Diplomacy.
That is a great guess. You're on the right track, but the correct answer is actually Desert Treasure.
I don't even know those were quests because I don't know members' quests.
So sad. Big sadness. Yeah. So the Lunar Diplomacy, with that quest, you actually get lunar magics, which is one of the spell books. Temple of Ikov is just like a basic run-of-the-mill quest, and then Desert Treasure is ancient magics.
I see.
So with there's an addition. There's like a new continent added a couple years back, which added its own spell book, the Arceus spell book, and it has to do with like reanimation and all that kind of stuff. Ancient magics, it's stuff like blood barrage, ice barrage. Like you see a lot of the PKing videos where like you freeze someone in a block of ice.
Yep.
That's an ancient magic spell.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then lunar spells are kind of more how do you say? They're more utility. For example, you cast a spell and like it cleans all the herbs in your inventory, or you cast a spell and it does some kind of effect that helps your life out a little bit better.
Oh.
Oh, it's interesting. But yeah, that is it for the RuneScape quiz this evening.
I got like 60% of them right. I missed like 2.
Yeah, and your knowledge was actually pretty good.
I'm still proud of absolutely nailing the steel pickaxe right off the bat.
Yeah, you're like 6. I'm like, dang, son.
How? Why?
I was like, he's going to say 5, and he's going to be really mad at me when I tell him the right answer. But you just knew. You're like, nah, I already know, bro. It's whatever. It's whatever the level is to hold it +1.
Yep. I knew.
So I am checking to see how long I've spent in the game because
Oh.
with my main account now, it's the one I made after my old one got banned. So this is like it's not like something I created like 17 years ago and held on to all this time. This is like a technically a newer account.
Still probably has like 300 hours in it.
So just gonna put this on the screen real quick. This is my RuneScape screen right now. Um, Luke, I'll share my screen with you real quick. Um, Share my screen. This one. This one. Look. Do you see what's happening?
Wow. Yeah. Why are the tiles on the ground?
What do you mean?
The
The,
tiles.
the squares?
Yeah.
Oh, that just shows that an item is there.
You don't need that. You just have the text.
Well, that's true. But no, but the thing I wanted to show you was look what's in the middle there. It's a cannon. Someone's using a dwarf cannon to kill goblins.
Oh, right in the walkway. I thought talking about in the water. I'm like, what?
Oh, no, no, no. So, okay, so this is a very expensive way of training ranged. Um, I'm assuming he's doing this for like a Slayer task to kill like 300 goblins or something like that. But like,
Why not stick that
but
somewhere else?
it's like 200,000 coins that he's spending per hour, if not more, just for
What?
the supplies.
For the cannonballs.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's wicked expensive. Let me look up what the price of those is real quick because that's insane.
Go somewhere else. Go to like sand crabs.
He's probably he's probably doing it for a task.
Well, you can kill goblins.
Each cannonball is 157
157 what?
coins,
Oh, each. That's not terrible.
but it's firing like 3 every 10 seconds,
It's
if
like
not
insta
more.
kill, though.
I guess. All
Yeah,
right.
'cause that's still expensive.
Age Hans. So I came 819 days ago.
That's like 3 years, almost 3 years.
Really? It's been that long? Hold on. 819 divided by 365. Yeah, like 2.25 years ago. So like right before COVID, I guess. No.
Yeah. No. No.
No.
After.
End of
Not after,
2020.
but 2021.
Um how many hours do you think I've spent? And keep in mind a lot of these was just me AFKing at work.
Well, is he your main account that you use, or is it Bobby in a freeze?
Oh, Bobina Freeze is my main account.
So what does this guy do? Is this guy your no defense account?
No, 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 this is my main. My
I
member
don't know.
account. My member account is my main.
So is Bobby a freeze member?
Yeah.
But what account is this for? Is this for Bobino Freeze or is this for Xbox Spark 2?
Oh, this is for Bobina Freeze.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Okay.
I can check Xbox Spot too,
You have
I didn't involve logging in.
$900.
Oh, you are so dang close. 927.
Ow! My second guess was going to be like 980 or 1,000.
Yeah, it was. You were almost spot on. So what I do is I subtract about 250 or 300 from that because that was when I was AFKing rock crabs or ammonite crabs. I just had the phone like in the front of my van.
And just going boink.
Yeah, and I literally would have it on like when I was working. So
Your phone was like, kill me, I'm overheating all the time.
it actually didn't. It actually ended up working out pretty good.
Oh.
But no, that worked out pretty well. So
Nice.
That's how I got. I'm almost at 80 with all my combat stats.
Jeez.
but that just involved me AFKing for like 6
Well,
hours a
also,
day.
you have different like attack and defense weapons and armor, so you can hit much higher than what I can do.
Yeah.
Because you can casually hit like 20 and be like, "Yep, that's a 20."
Or like I think my max hit was well, it depends, right? I mean, like I just bought Darox, so which is the lower health you have, the harder you hit. I
Mhm.
think I hit like a 48.
Jeez.
I think.
Yeah, because when my max hit is I think my max hit with a rune 2H is like 17 or 18.
Hmm.
So when you're like, yeah, I just casually hit like 25. I'm like, yeah, because you gotta think weapons have the biggest combat stat. Like, granted, your combat level helps, but the weapons it can add like 50 or more.
Hmm. Yeah. It's all about the strength bonuses.
Yep. Yup. Yup.
Yes, sir. You know it.
Sheesh.
But anyway, that's probably enough RuneScape talk. It's very boring to talk about.
It's better when you're playing with people.
Oh yeah, the social aspect is really really amazing.
And Gary Gilbert.
Gary's my favorite.
Gary's my favorite. Gary.
I like him a lot. So, is there anything else going? Oop, I pulled up the wrong screen. Don't mind that, viewership audience. We should probably wind down because it's an hour and
9:40.
Yeah, and you got to go to bed.
Yeah. Probably
Well,
should. It's a long podcast, but you can cut. There's a couple chunks you can cut out.
yeah, but it won't shave off too much.
Just cut off the entire podcast. Hi guys, it's Kevin Luke.
Bye bye.
And bye. That's
No,
it.
that's actually the saddest thing that exists. Because if there was no show, that would be the ultimate tragedy.
Yeah, some people would be like, no, and other people would be like, oh,
Oh no, what will we listen to now?
oh no. Anyway,
So, anything else? Luke, what have you got coming up soon that we can hype?
nothing. Absolutely nothing is going on the next couple weeks.
That's not good. You need
Yep.
things to do.
Yeah, I mean, I do stuff. I catch up on playing games and go snowboarding or try to. And I work a lot now. And yeah,
Well,
it's exciting stuff.
indeed. Hey, you have a beer. I should probably get one too.
It's almost 10. I'm just finishing this one up.
Oh, I don't know if I told you, but there is a type of liquor. I forget what it's called because it's an Italian name, but if you put a little bit of that inside of a Corona, it tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Amaretto?
I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah, no,
Inside a Corona.
yeah, I tested it. It's really good.
Interesting.
Promise. It's a weird flavor.
Wait, you
but
said it
Dr.
tastes like
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
I'll just go drink a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, but it's not alcoholic.
Yeah, but it's cheaper.
But it's not.
See, what you do is you drink that drink, and then you chase it with a Dr. Pepper. It's like, oh, that kind of tastes like Dr. Pepper. And you go, shunk, and you're like, ooh. Just like that as well.
What would be it? Answer me this before we go. We ask important questions here. Only the most iconic and groundbreaking questions are asked here.
The hardest questions.
Indeed, the absolute top hardest. What do you mix with Dr. Pepper to make a mixed drink?
I just drink Dr. Pepper straight because it's its purest form.
No, but like, okay, no. You're not thinking.
Yeah, wow.
This is not. We're thinking. This is big brain. This is alcoholic brain happening. What would you mix with Dr. Pepper? Well, like what liquor would it be? Because like you can mix vodka with like Coke or whiskey with Coke.
There
It's a
was
classic.
a drink I just heard on FA's podcast where they said somebody mixed Dr. Pepper with blackberry liqueur and half and half.
Oh my! Oh, I remember that episode. But with half and half, I'm kind of confused about that.
Maybe it's like supposed to be like a Bailey's kind of drink where it's like super creamy. I'm
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't do that. That's sacrilegious to Dr. Pepper itself. But as far as like mixing stuff with Dr. Pepper to get a drink, I have no idea.
You know what? I ruined my chance to test this out because Maya and I went to the store recently, and you know what kind of soda I saw in the aisle right there on the top shelf?
It wasn't Moxie.
It wasn't Moxie, and it wasn't Dr. Pepper.
It's
You
Dr.
know what
Thunder.
Dude, it was freaking Dr. Thunder.
You found it?
I found it and I bought it. $2 for a 2-liter.
Wow.
And it was, Maya said she really liked it, and she's right there. She might like it better than Dr. Pepper.
What?
Because she doesn't like Dr. Pepper, she said.
Oh. I haven't had Dr. Thunder in like over a decade. Isn't it a Walmart thing?
I think. I mean, we found it at Walmart.
Maybe it is. Next time we go to Walmart, I'll have to check.
It was really good.
Interesting. Quite interesting, to say the least.
And like,
good
at
laddie.
the end of the day, it's only a couple of dollars. Just buy it. Just drink it. It's fine.
It's fine. It's $2. We're gonna spend that $2 on taxes.
I don't pay taxes.
Tax evasion is key.
Just don't get caught and you're fine.
Just don't just be like, hey IRS, I did my thing. Stop bugging me.
No,
You already
in our records, we say you paid nothing.
But you already took it out of my paycheck already.
No, we need you to do your taxes, not us. We know exactly the number you need to pay, but you need to do it.
It's so stupid.
It's
Why
so
can't they
dumb.
just? Why can't they be like, oh, we know what you need. Done.
Because reasons.
You would never have to do taxes again because they already know. It's the same thing with like when you get a bonus. It's like, hey, we're the IRS. Give us 40% of it. It's like, but you didn't do anything to get this. You just sat at home.
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing that we hired like 10,000 new IRS agents.
No, they fired them all.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they hired on a bunch.
In January, those like whatever multiple thousands of IRS agents there, since we have a new Speaker of the House, he like vetoed it or whatever.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think almost all of them had to go. So they showed up. We're like, hey, we're ready for 2023 tax season. And he's like, no.
Nope, you're going back to Allstate and State Farm and Farmers.
Progressive. I'm sorry, but Nancy's not here anymore for you.
Why? My federal paycheck, no.
I want to embezzle money again.
Rats.
Darn squid. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
It's a long one.
Hey, Luke.
Yo.
A Beanie Kadini.
I don't have anything to do that. I'm gonna duva.
Counterspell.
I'm gonna leave you. So.
I love your little finger movement where you just pause. You're like,
Do it. That's that. You gotta do the little.
exactly.
to
That's
go.
how the spell works.
Yes.
All right,
The
Luke.
emphasis on the.
The floopier, the better. Luke, take us out.
Take us out.
Take us out.
Do you smell bacon?
With all my heart. Bye, everybody. Heart attack. Heart attack.
Poor Lou is gonna have a crazy dad.
Oh, she's not even ready.
She's like, Dad, why'd you do this with Uncle Luke? You know, just doing my thing.
We're just memeing around, having a good time.
The thing is that all of the proof of us, all the proof of us doing stupid stuff is like recorded, whereas popped it out. Whereas like our parents don't have as much.
They have stories, but
yeah,
like,
but we don't have hard evidence of when they were teenagers.
I don't even believe they were kids to begin with. I think they just like popped into existence when we popped into existence. Because it's a simulation anyway.
True.